Hey kids, are we on? We're on. We're live. Good morning. Hi.
Good morning.
Oh gosh. Oh my gosh. Welcome to the new normal, right?
Right.
Wow. Sometimes it can be a little exciting.
Yeah, a little.
Or
So
not.
we lost Tess just a minute ago. She came back on and I went, we're going live. So here we are.
I'm
Amanda,
ready.
good morning, baby. Good morning. How are you?
Hello, my dears. I'm very well. Thank you for having me on. And it makes me very excited always to come together with you two. So I could barely sleep. I was like, ugh, gonna see my
Yay!
friends, gonna talk
Hey,
about our favorite topics.
yes,
Yay, yes.
I'm
And
so
our favorite
excited.
topic, yes, and our favorite topic is you and what
Yes,
you are doing.
Amanda.
And
Super
yeah,
excited.
yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, you are so much to us. You really, really are. And what I'd like to start with, and we kind of here's one of the banners is, it's could you introduce yourself to some people who don't know you because we've probably got, we've got over 2,000 views on many of our videos, but there might be 2,000 people who haven't met you yet.
Mm,
Wow, new friends. So
yeah.
tell us, a little of who you are and not what you do necessarily, but why you do it.
Mhm.
Okay? All right, tell us.
Such a good question. Thank you for asking it in that way, too. So my name is Amanda Ree. I am the founder of Sama Dog Wellbeing. So it's an organization that is all about integrating a natural, holistic, and even spiritual life into that with your dog. And I am trained under Dr. Deepak Chopra for many, many years. I'm certified in several different paths of yoga and meditation. Not that any of that's necessarily so important, but just so that people know kind of where I've come through and where my training has come from, which is very much in the yoga, meditation, Ayurveda world. Now, that said,
Can you explain Ayurveda for
yes,
some of us?
yes, I
Please.
definitely will. And that actually answers the question of why did I begin? Because I found my way after life's journeys. That's the story that we all have, the difficulties that came. But then I found my way into the world of yoga, which I think most of us are a little bit more familiar. Started with the asana, the postures on the mat, going to classes, trying to get my Madonna arms. Never got them, by the way. I know you can't see them, but they're not there.
I wear long sleeve shirts.
But I do have my proper shirt on. I got to show you this.
What is it? What's it say?
Pause and meditation. Pause and meditate.
Pause
That's
and meditate. Oh
yeah.
my
This
God.
is how it all came together. So that's just a visual
Oh,
story.
oh,
Because,
wonderful.
so that's very much kind of how it was. I made my way to yoga and then into this world of meditation. And then the sister science to those other two, yoga and meditation, is Ayurveda. And you pronounce it Ayurveda. And it is translated as the wisdom of life or the study of life. And so it's very much, they call it in the Vedic tradition, which is the India, rooted tradition of yoga and meditation. They call it that these are the three legs of the stool: yoga, meditation, Ayurveda. So Ayurveda is a whole holistic health system. And what's very unique about it, it's the oldest healing system on the planet. And what's especially unique about it is that it incorporates not only body, mind, and spirit, as many of them do, but Ayurveda really brings our attention to our environment, who's around us, what's around us, and what are we receiving through all the senses, the gateways. So I remember when I first started learning this and became certified, I kept thinking, dogs have like very acute senses. So I wonder if this smell or this sound or this color would have any sort of influence on them. And I remember just kind of having the thoughts along the way. And then one decade later, my dog Maya became very ill, my cockapoo. She was like severe and she was on all kinds of medication and she was dying. She was just like withering away, just skin and bones, and so uncomfortable in her body and her skin, and just was, was really challenging us and upsetting us, obviously. And so because I kind of ran out of other options and the doctors didn't have anything to guide us towards, I thought, well, maybe the healing, all this work that I do with Ayurveda and how I create balance inside the body and the mind with humans, we might as well just try it with Maya. What else can I do? At the same time, I noticed that my own energy was not in a good place. And that is what Ayurveda guides us towards with that environment. So yes, like it's toxins on the grass and it's sounds that your dogs hear, but it's also your environment, the environment that you yourself are creating in your own home. And
Wow.
I hadn't thought about all of that ever until that point, not to that degree, not to the point where it could actually have such a physical impact on her. And so I turned my tune around. I lightened my, I brought myself more into balance in my own life and basically just did the exact same things for her. And we both made a full recovery. She is currently at the groomer with her bushy hair. Finally, we got a groomer appointment. The poor groomers right now are probably completely overrun. But now she's happy and healthy, and she inspired me to create all of this. And you know, it's just one last thing on that. When you ask, why did you begin it? Why is because I didn't just think, oh, Ayurveda works great for animals. But what I found in that experience with me and Maya is that I became empowered to help her heal. And I had always turned that power over to other people, namely a vet, and typically a vet that didn't align with my holistic understandings because I didn't know any at that time. I didn't know all of our dear friends that we now know. And so there's very much a place for, of course, that medical need that we have with our animals, but there's this big gap that I feel like a lot of us don't even don't feel comfortable or don't know or don't feel like we have the resources to be able to really be that healthcare provider for our animals. And yet we are.
Is that gap knowledge? Was that the gap? It was knowledge
and confidence that came with the knowledge.
Oh,
yes.
okay. Okay.
And knowledge and awareness. I think that's a big one. That gap
Tell me about that. Yeah, tell me about that. What do you mean?
Awareness of how much impact we have on their lives. And it's not what we put in their bowl, although that definitely impacts them. But so much more. And I honestly, even being in this world of holistic studies, I never considered it to the degree that I have since found it to be.
What was your primary? What was the one that really tipped it for you and that you said, okay, I can do this? Was it, was it sitting still meditating with your dogs? What tipped you?
I saw when I really started to see that in Maya, there was a Vata. So in Ayurveda, there's 3 doshas. Those are the mind-body types, or like the mind-body personality of our dog. And so 3 doshas, Vata, Pitta, and Kapha, for those that are familiar, I noticed that Maya was Vata imbalanced. So that's really what tipped me, was seeing that the doshas are represented in dogs, the doshas are represented in plants, doshas are represented in everything. It's the science of life. Everything that's alive is represented by this system. And when we know the system, we can better interpret everything around us. And that's what true integrative health is. I just had never experienced it at that level until that time.
Oh my God, that's amazing.
Yeah, thank goodness you did, because I can say for myself, I've followed Amanda and, taken her courses, and it really is fantastic to put your life with your dog's life. It's not separate. It really is the same. We are so intertwined, and to recognize the doshas in our home and our animals and ourselves. And I totally bow down to you, Amanda, because that has helped me so much with my own animals, to recognize what's happening in my life, how it can affect them, and vice versa. And like you said, our doshas, it's in everything around us. When it comes to smell, color, the food we eat, the people we surround ourselves with, and how if we follow that true path, it brings us to a better, healthier place, a balanced place, right?
So you did the same thing, Tess. You wanted to help your dog, and then in the meantime, not only helped your dog, helped you, helped everybody around you, helped your environment. Wow. What an influence.
The dogs even the sound, Amanda, you taught me things that I was doing, and it helped me recognize what I was doing to following an Ayurveda lifestyle. But even the music that I play at home or when I'm working with animals, the music, what smells do I have around us? All of this is part of a healthier well-being, and a happier pet, a happier animal.
Yeah.
So you got all this by attending Amanda's classes.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
her
Wow.
first course, and I called her up and said, "Hey, I practice this now. I follow Deepak, and but so what can I get?" And Amanda said, "If you're calling, there's probably something there for you." And she was absolutely right. And like she said for herself, if you already are maybe aware of this lifestyle of how to your doshas, it just justified it and said, follow your gut, that intuition, and go with it. Follow your true path, and that's what's going to be the best for everybody. And that's what Amanda taught me was, yeah, this is really happening. This exists.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Go ahead.
Was when we start to notice these elemental qualities around us, and we start to get into this science of life and what it kind of is composed of, we get to then recognize what our animals need. And we don't always know. We might know that something's wrong, but we don't know why that recurring skin problem keeps coming back, or why their digestive issues keep coming up, or why they keep having a separation anxiety despite all the efforts that we're making. And when we recognize that that's actually a vata, pitta, or a kapha imbalance, and for anybody listening, if those words make no sense, I mean, that's what these courses are for that I'm creating, so it does make sense. But basically the point is, once you're able to interpret what the imbalance is, then you know exactly what you need to do to either ground and calm, cool and pacify, or invigorate and lighten them. And that allows their body the opportunity to heal itself. And that's why I wanted to come back to that, because that is the key. The body can and will heal itself, no matter what kind of body it is.
Yep. Me and Dr. Katie, our favorite word, homeostasis.
Yeah.
Just allow it to get back into balance. Yeah. I mean, I can remember when my back was tweaked from riding horses, and it wasn't about straighten out, but it was about getting the muscles to relax around it and to get the spine, moving well. And so it was and again, holistic, is a word, whether it starts with an H or a W, it's holistic. It's everything. And by getting that, and I almost want to call it, and maybe I shouldn't, but it's literally, it's a diagnostic tool, isn't it?
Yes.
Isn't it, to know the dosha? Yeah. Okay. All right. Yes, and to know and see the imbalance. Okay. Yeah. So here's one of my favorite questions is, and I asked before we went live, what is in your teacher's briefcase? Because I'm so old. When I went to college, the professor would walk in and he would have a briefcase, and it depended on how big expanded the briefcase was as to how big the lecture was going to be. So when my economics professor walked in and it was massive, like an accordion almost, I go, oh no, this is going to be, a big deal. But so what I have is, we've all got, and I just did a talk last week, with the Dog Gurus, the virtual conference. And I said, what is in your tool belt? What's in your apron, your groomer's apron? What is in your treat bag? And so, Amanda, what is in your teacher's briefcase? What do you do with that? Tell me.
Yes, it's funny. It makes me imagine when I go to meet with someone in their home and do a consultation, I do have this brown suitcase that I bring and stuffs to the rim, and I have to close the zipper with and what's in there? Well, honestly, and not just because I love you guys and here we are, but my Blackwing Farms is always in there. So I've got all my flower essence sprays. I bring basically as many as I have, the whole line. So because, you never know what you're going to need when you get there. I bring also my Flea product because I love and I'm so passionate about that thing. It's also a flower essence formula that is for natural flea prevention, and it works really well. And so I always bring that because getting animals off of the chemicals and the toxins is a huge step. And then I usually will stuff it also with a lot of my herbs. I use a lot of Ayurvedic herbs, very commonly known ones that really anyone who studies this science or has ever been to an Ayurvedic practitioner, they probably talked about those before. But some of my favorites, just to be specific, are ashwagandha. That's an an Ayurvedic herb, again, that is for grounding and calming. So especially right now in times of stress, picking up a bottle of ashwagandha. I'm surprised I don't have one here. I have a bunch of other, handy
Oh,
supplies.
thank you.
Yeah. But
I love that calm spray. So
yeah.
how do you, it's ashwagandha? Is that what you're saying?
Ashwagandha, yep. ASHWAGHANDA. And ashwagandha, I'm going to spray myself right now while we're at it.
I'm spraying myself right now too.
All of our guests should do it too. All of our viewers, let's all spray and have a nice mist of. So yeah,
I actually use your flea also, just to throw that out there. When you first came out with that, I was like, yes, thank you for making that available. It's so important not to add toxins to our dogs to rid them of the fleas, and of course here and everywhere at this time of year is when they're coming up. So that is actually available too, I think, on your website, right?
Yeah. Is it working for you,
Great
Ted?
product.
Does it work for your children?
Oh yes, I won't use anything else now.
Yeah, that's great.
That is my go-to. Yeah.
Yeah, and obviously you should like your own product, but that particular product gets so much good feedback, and every time I hear the feedback, I'm like, that's one less dog on chemicals. So anyway, this is not about promoting. I really
it is something that makes dogs very uncomfortable. A flea bite, some dogs are allergic to it, so it's yeah. I'm glad you mentioned that. I forgot about it to tell you. So thank you. So what else is in your briefcase?
Ashwagandha is a big one that I want to come back to because it can help humans so much and dogs. So picking up a bottle, you can, that also is available on my website, but also at any Whole Foods or Fraser Farms or whatever, is near you, Jimbo's. You can get just get a high quality, the highest quality, probably a little bit on the more expensive side, but that herb is amazing. It's like, they call it Indian ginseng, although ginseng is more energizing. This is about and reducing stress. So it can help with sleep. It can help with, everything really. Once the stress comes out, hunger levels can rebalance. Separation anxiety can be greatly treated or worked with ashwagandha. Even like lack of energy, even though it's calming, it's so healing. These are adaptogens. Those are specific kinds of herbs that adapt to exactly what the body needs. They have wisdom within them. So whether the body needs gut health, brain health, joint support, these adaptogens, there's like 6 of them. They can provide a lot of support in all these different areas. So that's why one of my faves is ashwagandha. And turmeric, another big fave. I have this one particular product that I love to talk about because it is so useful. It's the one that's helped my little friend Boo Boo, who's got an injured leg right now.
Love Boo Boo.
And it's a turmeric product that has CoQ10 in it. So curcumin. So it's the turmeric and the CoQ10 mix that helps like the joints and the ligaments even more, but then the turmeric gets in there with the anti-inflammatory. And that supplement, man, that helps everybody that takes it, me included. I take it every day.
Is that something that you have yourself available through your website?
Yep, I'm getting up on the website now. I sell it. Anybody can contact me for it. The brand is Ayush. You can also find it online, AYUSH. They are one of the only makers of herbs that are for animals, Ayurvedic herbs specifically, that are for animals as well.
Okay. And if so, what is it called if they go to your website to find it? The turmeric ashwagandha?
The ashwagandha is on there under the products, but the turmeric, someone would just need to write me an email. You can go connect at Samadog.
I think, I love that. I think I'm
Meg is calling us right now, so I'm going to answer. Oops.
Okay. We lost Meg visually, so she's probably calling.
She is.
We're keeping the show like surprises.
This is live. This is very live.
Hi, Meg.
Hey, Meg. Oh, you're what happened? I think it says that we're still live right now.
Yeah, we are still live. Meg has not canceled the program, so we are still live.
Okay.
It's no surprise that Meg and I have technical difficulties, everybody. And we're here live with Amanda from Sama Dog. Amanda, give us an update on what Meg says.
Meg says she's having some technical difficulties. So the show will go on, but she's going to try to chime back in with us. Oh, look.
Oh, you cannot get rid of me that easily.
Okay, Meg, what else is up your sleeve? We can't go through one show without technical difficulties. I said, this is the best yet. You're on the phone with Amanda.
And then I call Amanda. Okay, so yeah. You guys, did you have a good time without me?
Yes, we've been talking about all the great things that are inside Amanda's briefcase when she goes to do maybe a consult or visit her animal friends. And
fabulous.
Yeah.
One more exciting
thing in my briefcase.
One more exciting thing in my briefcase. It's a little far out, so you know, for our new agey folks, they're going to love this. For the conservative folks, they might think I'm a little woo-woo, but
I know
the pendulum.
I knew you were going to say that.
You know how much
Hang on. Okay, we're here.
Yeah,
Amanda.
I know that you use that tool often. You better explain to people that don't know what that is, because I love that you brought that up.
Here's one of mine. This is rose quartz, and
I love that one.
like the stone that's found on the moon, apparently, like some sort of stone.
Wow.
This is on
And is that something you're testing with? You're testing things?
Yes. So actually, I can exactly, since I have one, I can demonstrate it. So just here, I have the calm spray, right?
Yes.
Okay. Product. So this is what you all can do. And if you've never done it before, and just trust me, like in the beginning, I was like, okay. Sure.
But let me say, can I say one thing? This is the original form of kinesiology, the science of applied kinesiology, which is accepted by many now. This is the original. So go.
Thank you for saying that, Tess, because sometimes when I do whip this out of my teacher's briefcase, people are like, what? I've even made shifts once in their homes with a shoestring and like, and that's when really people thought I was bonkers. But
okay, so tell us what you do.
What's great about this is you can test yourself. So it's really just about reading energy. This is just a little device, just like, you know, back in the farmers' days, right, when they had the copper rods, and they would test for water and the flow of the water and the directions and things like that. It's the exact same thing, so it is very valid, and it's testing the energy field of that element, of that product, or of that whatever it is. You can test it with an apple or a banana or an herb or a certain, you know, if you're feeling allergic to peanuts, but you're not sure, test the peanuts. My niece hadn't been eating apples her whole life because she thought she was allergic. But with the pendulum, we were able to test the different types of apples, and we found that green apples, as long as she skins them, she could eat them. So now she can enjoy things.
Love that.
So
I test my food.
So I'll just show you kind of with this calm spray. So first you have to, you know, they say like create a relationship with your pendulum so you know what yes and no represents. And then
every day, correct, Amanda? Every day we have to ask this because our yes and no changes. It also, I think, changes which way we're facing, correct? It changes whether we're going north or west, etc., and it changes every day.
Well, for me personally, I always have the same yes and no.
But you're a strong person. You're a strong person. And
So but I do know when I've taught this to other people, like some people clockwise is a yes and counterclockwise is a no, or you know, all kinds of different things. So then once you have your yes and no established, then you can take your anything. I mean, I've got even I've got a little bowl of oatmeal here. I'll show you. I can put it up. So you take your something and you put it near the heart or in the center point of the being, and then you test over it. And I'll show you because whoa. So
back up a little bit, Amanda. Oh yes.
Whoops, wrong direction. There we go. So now
look at that. Woo!
This is a yes. For me, forwards and backwards is a yes, and side to side is a no.
That was the calm spray?
Yeah, that was the calm spray. So here's my, not to be weird, but like my little bowl of oatmeal.
Okay.
My body's liking that. I'm really into this. But then my brother was here and he had, this is just random. I did not plan on doing any of this. So this is, my brother was here and he had antacids, right? So this is like a chemical.
Let's see what happens.
And I am, so this is real time.
Back up. Yeah, there. Yeah.
I am not making it do.
Oh,
I'm
it's
really
going
not.
on
Not
your
so
way.
much.
I don't think you need antacids, right? No.
And
Not
you know,
so much.
No.
yeah, right now my body doesn't feel like I need that. Now,
No.
if I had heartburn at this moment, maybe it would. So this is the way that we can learn to work with ourselves. A good place to start. Learn what we need if we, you know, vitamin D, I mean, anything, probiotics, anything. Then what's even better is then we can learn to use this for our animals. Because we can even say, like, if we take an herb, say, and then we're like, oh, it made me nervous, it made me feel a little bit weird or something, you know, our animals can't share that with us. So we really don't know what they need. Not everything works the same for everybody. That's what Ayurveda teaches us. Everything's customized. So yeah, so now we have that tool to be able to know.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
So this is something now I would say I wanted people to know that they actually could sign up for your newsletter, because you've got things coming up very soon, some new surprises and courses. And I would love for everyone to know about that. So the best way for that is for them to sign up through your newsletter. Is that right?
Yeah, well, I think a great way to start with the world of Trauma Dog, for those that are interested, is taking the Dog Dosha quiz. So you can find that at traumadog.com/quiz. And so when you do that quiz, it's all digital online. You'll get a result of what your dog's primary dosha is, the primary mind, body, personality. And then from there, you can start to make selections and choices and better understand if, you know, with what's going on with them and how you can lend to it. So that's awesome, Karen. And so, yeah, so that's a great place to start. And indeed, I do have a new course all about Ayurveda for Dogs, 101 it's called. And we also are putting together for Saturday a virtual webinar that I'll share with everyone. So yeah, if you just kind of get in touch with us, as long as I have your email, I'll
tell us a little more about the virtual seminar. Is it this Saturday, this coming up?
It is this Saturday at 10 a.m. and it is called Help Your Dog Overcome the Quarantine Crazies.
Wow. Okay. All right. Wow. Can you give us one takeaway from that?
Sure.
Saturday. What's your one takeaway for the?
Yeah,
I call it my COVID staycation. Yeah.
Yes, is finding ways to engage your dog through their senses, because that can be just as stimulating for them as a long walk or engaging at the park or being able to go to daycare, you know, all the things that we might not be able to do with them right now. We can still create that stimulation within them so they're not bored and bothering us or just, you know, being restless or don't sleep through the night or get ill or something, so that they can knock off some of those bad behaviors that I'm hearing a lot about. Now, I don't know if they're bad behaviors, they're just imbalanced behaviors. And so what can help them is stimulate them through their senses. So do, like, you know, I do this kooky thing where I get all kinds of different treats, you know, little dried treats and or food, like a little piece of cheese. You know, so I'll get a bunch of different things and I'll hide it all over the house. And then I let them go on a little scavenger hunt using their nose. It's interesting to watch which one they find faster based on what their preferences are. And it's interesting to watch how far away they can detect things based on their sense of smell. So it really is revealing, and they get so into it and they're tired at the end of it.
Wow, that's good. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Anything else you want to add? Because we've got another website here, another.com. Ayurveda for Dogs. Okay.
That is our brand new course, just launched
Okay.
a week ago. I couldn't be more excited about this course because it really is where it all comes together. Like, it's what I wanted to do when I first set out to pursue this path and to help people become empowered and they're being their own health provider to their dog. I thought, okay, they need, remember the gap of education. Okay, then they need the education. So what are the basics that we can teach them with the world of Ayurveda to create a very strong foundation of holistic understanding in your own home, in your own cabinet, in your own day-to-day? It's nothing that you need to reach further than that for. And so that's what this course is about. It goes through daily routine, behavior training, and meal planning from an Ayurvedic perspective for your dog.
Beautiful. Beautiful.
Yeah, 3 modular course. So it's very comprehensive. We'll take it through 3 weeks. We have live Q&A calls every week, but if those are missed for whatever reason, they're recorded and given. So yeah, lots of resources.
So cool.
Fabulous. 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 Oh my gosh. Love you. Love your work. You're an amazing woman. Will you come back for another part 2, 3, 4?
Oh my gosh, you guys know I love to talk about all of this.
Fabulous. 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 Thank you.
Meg,
Thank
So
you.
much
And
great
you
information.
know, yeah, exactly. And the other thing is, so you're live on Facebook right now. Of course, it's recorded. Then we also are simulcast to YouTube, but also we're going to post this on our new podcast, which is called Animals Inside Out. So you will also be on the podcast. So it'll be wonderful. I don't know how the techno thing's going to sound when we get there, but it just sounds like you didn't miss me. So that's a good thing.
You know me, Meg.
We always have something to say.
Yeah. Wow. Love you guys, and we'll see you again soon.
Can I just answer one question? I'm sorry
Please
to stop
do.
at
Yes.
the final moment, but I don't want to leave Charlie unanswered. So
Okay.
Charlie asked, is it cats too? Yes. I just wanted to share that. Yes.
Okay. All right. So and
all animals.
Yes, exactly. Flower essence is not the oils. We know that. No essential oils for cats, directly on cats. And then the other thing is that, and multi-species households, right? Oh my gosh, multi-species households. So yeah, definitely. Thanks, Charlie. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
and thank you, Amanda.
Thank you.
Yes. Welcome.
Love you guys. See you soon.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Thank you, Amanda.
You're welcome.